this. That's gonna help a lot of people. Go ahead. Ask the question again.
So how do you tell them to work faster but still having the same quality of work?
Cool. It's called standards and it's called expectations.
Mhm.
So like, let's say every single house that you have, you do have record of it, right? Or an office
Mhm.
building that you do. You
Yeah.
had a past crew that was doing it, or you were doing it by yourself, and you were taking X amount of time, right? And
Yeah.
it was successfully done. So you know that building or that house can be done in 2 hours or 3 hours. So
Mhm.
whenever you give them the house, you just not give them the house just that. You tell them,
Yeah.
hey, here's the house, here's the address, here's what the customer wants done. And most importantly, the customer requires us to be out of the house in 2 hours, 3 hours.
Mhm.
And then if they don't complete that, I mean, this is a client we have had for a year. So I'm sure you guys wouldn't have an issue with completing it in an hour. You
Mhm.
gotta put in the responsibility on them without really telling them, hey, you gotta finish it in 2 hours, or if not, I'll fire you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, here's the expectation, here's the house, here's how long we've done it for. And it's not just because I want to pay you 2 hours for that job or 3 hours for that job. It's because the customer is requiring us to leave the property by this time.
Mhm.
And if we stay there for an extra hour, we will be pretty much ignoring what the customer wants from us. The customer wants quality of work, he wants timeliness, and he also wants the guys to have a great attitude. That's it.
Yeah. Because on Monday I had the kid and the girl work together for the first time, and I
Cool.
kind of messed up. It was before I gave him the DF cleaning like guideline, like what to do first, second, third, and
Yeah.
so we didn't dust like the floor trim and everything until last. And the customer noticed that because I went door knocking for a little bit. And he called him like, "Hey, I don't know much about clean, but I know you're not supposed to dust at the very end." I'm like, "Oh shit!" And so luckily he was nice about it. He goes to my church and everything, so it was a good customer to trade them on, like someone I already know.
Yeah.
But but yeah, it was kind of that house was kind of a mess. I didn't delegate of what to do at first and everything.
I mean, every time they're gonna do something for the first time, you gotta have a conversation before they do it. So
Yeah,
if it's the
yeah,
first time working with that person, you set the expectation of working with that person. Hey,
uh-huh,
Isabella's gonna work with you today. She's good at this, and that. I
yeah,
know she needs work on X, Y, Z. At the same
mhm,
time, I know that you're really good at this, and then you also lack on this. But
mhm,
Isabella happens to be really good at the things that you lack. So you
yeah,
guys will be a great team. The main thing that you gotta have is over communication. Over
mhm,
communication. That's the only form of communication that should be between these people. Like
mhm,
I communicate a message maybe 5 times. Sometimes I feel annoying to them. I can just tell. But it's preferable that they feel annoyed by me telling them 5 times than to not do it at all.
yeah. Get that, yeah, to get it
And then
right.
what happens when I say one thing once, they want to grasp it so good that I never say it again because they don't want to hear me say it again because they know I will say it again till they do it.
Yeah,
So it's like expectations or conversation before they do something they haven't done before. That's it. And then
yeah,
the expectation set, they got to fulfill it. Because at the end of the day, they're not working for you. I mean, you're not working for them. They're working for you in
yeah,
that sense. In your work for them will be getting more clients. So they have a packed week and they can
yeah,
complete 40 hours a week, like in a normal job,
yeah, 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 yeah.
you
Okay.
know, but I read this in servant leadership. They are volunteers because they can work at a different company. You know, they can go work for any window cleaning company. They don't have to work for you.
No, they don't. No one else pays $20 an hour though.
I mean, yeah, but I know plenty of companies that pay $20 an hour. Maybe not
Yeah,
on cleaning, maybe not there, but they can go do something else. I mean, that's how I treat my people too. I know they can go somewhere else. Shit, my best cleaners can open up a company tomorrow, and they'll get some attention. They wouldn't do as good as without me though. That is the one thing that I do offer. We
well,
can
yeah,
clients on auto like this. We went out 10 minutes today. We closed one deal, $150 a week, $600 a month. We're expanding for a year. That's $7,200 right there.
10 minutes.
No, no, no,
Wow,
no, 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 no,
that's
no, 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 no.
crazy.
That is wait, $600. Yeah. Six
Damn.
thousand $7,200 a year, right? You do that 10 times. That's 70 grand.
Yeah.
That's a fucking salary for a person. And we just do that on auto. They don't
Oh
have that
yeah.
ability. But I don't have the ability to do 5 houses in the same day. They do.
Exactly. How much do you pay your best cleaners an hour?
I mean, the team that I'm currently working on, these guys are, I mean, Bailey and Ilda, it's 18 and 16.5. That's how much they make. That's the team that I'm working right now. But if you escalate to Robert and the people that have been with me for more time, they're up on the 30s.
Wow.
I mean,
Well,
but I didn't give these guys, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a base salary. No, they proved themselves. You know, most of these guys that make $30 an hour, they work directly with a company. I'm just a middleman within them. They
mhm,
work as handymans. So they pay me weekly. That gives me an advantage to pay them better. And I don't want them to leave. It don't
yeah,
matter if I make $20 an hour off of them.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. I will go down to $5 an hour making off of them because they're that good.
wow.
I mean, once you find that one person, compensate them as nobody would pay them.
Yeah, like the
But
kid that
it's not just that they're gonna tell you, oh, I'm really good. I have a lot of experience. Those are the worst people because they come with all these fucking bad habits that you gotta make them unlearn.
yeah.
If somebody's asking, oh, I need $1,500 base in sales, you're fucking out of your mind. First of all, if you're a real producer, you shouldn't be asking for a base pay. Aren't you a producer? You will want full commission because you will have all, if you do
Yeah,
produce like you said you would, then you will
yeah.
have all the money to you. You can make $2,000. I'm capping you at $1,500.
Hmm.
So it's like expectations, same deal. When Andres came here, I was like, hey, it's gonna be 20%, whatever you sell. Average, I sell what, 10 a week. If I knock 3 days, can you do that? Yeah, easy to grasp. He went out,
He did that, yeah.
fucking, he did more than that, way more
How,
than that.
how much is he gonna be making in commission? And like per month?
20% off of everything she sells.
Wow,
I mean, I
okay.
know he's gonna leave here with 10 grand. That's the goal. I mean, if he gets with to 90 clients, that is gonna be the payout anyway.
Yeah,
So what's that? Setting expectations. That was the
yeah,
first thing I told him. I was like, you're gonna be here for 2 months, you're gonna get to 90 clients, and you're gonna cash 10 grand. You wanna get there? Yeah, okay. This is the math. That's it. Expectations. But if I would have said, oh no, you make 20% off whatever you sell, here's the pitch, go do it by yourself, he was gonna fuck up anyway. Nobody knows your system better than you do.
yeah,
So you gotta over communicate it. That's it.
yeah.
Same
Like
with
that
the business.
that kid I hired, he had an interview for Disneyland last week and he texted me today at like 6. And you don't read it. He
He's
says,
done.
hey Nathan, just letting you know I'm not taking that job. I want to work for you.
There you go.
And he keeps on saying, like, man, it's a gift from God. You're paying me $20 an hour. I love that. It's different. I can listen to music. I can do whatever I want. He's like, it's the most freeing job I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I think I've had like 5 jobs before. So
Yeah. It's great that you have that opportunity. You should tell him. It's great that you have that opportunity. I'm only planning on growing my payroll and my ability to pay people better. But
yeah,
also I have certain expectations from you guys, which is XYZ.
yeah. And I
And if you
told him
guys
that.
don't complete them, then I will find somebody that does. Because I
Yeah,
know
because
those that do complete them will find me.
yeah, because he
Look, last week we fired 2 people, right? Because they were taking forever to clean. We did 3 houses in the same street. They took 9 hours to clean those 3 houses. I fired them immediately.
how big were the houses?
It was the first time for every single one of them, but some of them were 1,200 feet for square feet.
Oh,
I
it's
could have done
tiny.
that in 2 fucking hours. And I don't have as much of experience as they said they had. Each one of them had I had 8 years of experience cleaning. I took them from a company that was paying them $9 an hour to start them at $15.
Oh, you told me that last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're fired. I don't need people who don't want to do better. I got a roster of people I want to work for me.
How'd they react when you
The
fired them?
same fucking day I replaced them. The same fucking day. They were surprised. They're like, oh, but no, we had this talk. I set the expectation. You
Yeah,
ignored it and didn't complete it. So I'm not, it's 3 houses, bro. It's not like they did 1, they did 2 and 3. And I talked to them through the day. Like I went to a house and I checked and they were taking forever. They were just milking in hours. So I'm like,
yeah,
I cannot have this around. You know why? Because it's sticky. Other people are gonna look at it and be like, oh, okay. If she does that, then I will do it too.
Yeah, I told my guy that because he screwed me over on Saturday because he texted me like Friday evening. It's like, oh Nathan, I forgot to tell you, I have my interview at Disneyland. No, this is Thursday, and his interview was Friday. I'm like, can you still make it Friday morning? It's like, no, I can't. My interview's at 11, not 8 o'clock. I'm so sorry. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. And so his interview was late, so he wasn't able to work with me on Friday, and he worked with me.
I wouldn't hire people that are fucking interviewing with other companies.
No,
I wouldn't even hire them.
yeah, no. This is the guy who said he wants to work with me and declined the job at Disneyland.
But why is he interviewing with some? It's like let's say you have a girlfriend, right? And she's
Yeah,
with you, and she'll be like, "Oh, I want to be with you, but I want to see this other guy, see if it works out. Give me just a weekend, and if it doesn't work out, I'll get back to you."
yeah,
That was not meant to be anyway. You know why? Because that guy, the moment he gets an opportunity, that's 10 cents more, he's gonna leave. He's for sale.
uh-huh,
That's how I would treat it. Now,
yeah,
I know the guy, I didn't speak to him, nor did I set expectations of like when you start the job, you start.
yeah,
I don't know how that happened, but I just wouldn't.
yeah. Okay.
You know, I'm really like that when it comes to hiring people because I have a car parked right here that's gonna cost me 20 grand to fix of a fuck up employee.
It was one of the new trucks they
You don't
crashed, right?
become that harsh till you have that shit happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Did they crash it or what?
Yeah, bro. I don't know what she fucking did, but it was our fault. I'm paying for it. No,
Did you
I
fire
paid
her or
six
not?
figures off a lawsuit that we got off of that accident. I already paid for it. It's out of my account.
200
States
grand?
are gonna no, 6 figures,
Oh, okay.
120 grand. Just imagine
Yeah,
that 120 grand go out of your account tomorrow.
yeah,
That's a slap in the face. And you know what? I had all the signs, bro. I had all the signs that they were gonna fuck up the car. I make mistakes for sure, but I do have the money to back it up.
well, that's good. What
I
if
make
you
a screw up, like let's say we were driving off of a bar last time 2 days ago, and we had 3 drinks, and Andres was like, "Oh, I'm gonna drive." I'm like, "You're not fucking driving," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna drive." I'm like, "No, because if you fuck it up, you're not gonna be able to fix it. I fix it like this."
yeah. What happens in a lawsuit if you don't have the money? I've always been curious.
You either do a payment plan that's gonna milk you on interest, or you go to jail.
Oh wow.
One or the other.
Yeah,
You pick. I mean,
yeah,
most people don't go to jail, right? They just do the payment plan for 30 years and they're fucked their entire life.
uh-huh.
Or you use your insurance. I mean, I did have insurance. I could have used my insurance, but then my insurance was gonna go up $6,000 extra a month, which
Oh
means I
gee.
would have paid the accident 5 times,
Yeah,
pretty much in 5 years, because you're locked in that out. The Alfa Romeo, it's in that same policy. So since it's a sports car, that's the one that affects me the most. Like
yeah.
it goes up. And I haven't been the best driver ever, anyways, you know, like you see. But the apple doesn't fall from the tree. I
mhm.
haven't really crashed in the US, but I've had 2 accidents in which they have crashed into me. One that I almost lost a fucking leg, and that counts in my record. So my
Uh-huh.
insurance will always be expensive.
Yeah,
So now I see the signs. I give second chances to people who have earned it, but I don't give second chances to people who have set an expectation to it. They just bluntly didn't complete it. Because
yeah.
it's not a mistake, that's a fucking decision. Know what I mean? But if you didn't have a conversation before it and it happened, then it's your problem.
No, yeah, and it was my problem too, so,
Exactly. That's what I see.
yeah.
Just like the pitch, you gotta have a pitch when you hire people. It's
Mhm.
like, hey, congrats, you're hired. Look, these are the expectations. These are the morals and values of a company. This is at this time I expect you to be in. This is the time I expect you to be out. First, I'm gonna start you part-time. Then I'm gonna transition into full-time as the company grows. Like all those things have to be talked before they fucking get a squeegee on their hand.
Uh-huh.
Because they will go into the game knowing what to expect.
Yeah,
You know, I've hired people and I haven't told them that I pay on Sundays, and then on Saturdays they want me to pay them.
yeah,
Who's wrong there? Me. Me for not communicating it.
Yeah.
I've not always been the best boss. When I started this shit, it was ridiculous. I didn't communicate at all because I thought people were gonna think like me.
Yeah.
I'm almost 3 years into this game. I know how to talk to these people.
Mm-hmm.
So the layout that I sent you about the expectations of the cleaning, that's gonna help you a ton. Because then if they fuck up a job, you don't have to tell them what to do. You gotta go back to the training binder and be like, so what step did we not do?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not telling you what to do. The manual is telling us what to do, me included.
Yeah.
So it's not you telling them what to do, it's the manual telling you guys what to do as a company.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm better now than I was last year with my employees that I fired, so I think I'm doing way better now. So
you're always gonna do better as long as you don't quit.
they don't, yeah, I'm not taking
So
bullshit.
do this. When you hang up this call, just write like literally pen and paper and put expectations. Ask yourself this question. What do I want and class A employee to know before starting the job with me?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next question is, what characteristic does that employee has? Like, how does that employee look?
How does he think? How does he run?
How does
Yeah.
he think? How does he look? Like, what's your experience? Like what's my perfect candidate? Define that for you. And once you see it, you're gonna be able to call it right away. Hey, I
Mhm.
wrote this thing. I know exactly who this person is. This is the person I'm looking to hire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do everything around character rather than skills. Because skills can be taught, but character cannot.
Some people are just a certain way and you can't change nothing about it. Yeah.
To try to change people.
I gave that guy a warning. I said anything like that happens again, you're done. He's like, okay, I will do. It's like he just said, I will do my best. I'm like, all right.
Nathan, I'll ask you a question. How am I able to tell what's gonna happen with every single one of your employees that have never met them? Have you asked yourself that question? I'm always
No.
able to tell. You're one
What?
of those guys I told you this is gonna happen, and it happened, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't judge by skills. You can finish a house in 2 hours. Cool. Show up tomorrow on time.
Uh-huh.
Because I can teach you how to clean a fucking house. I'm not the best. But I think I'm the best at teaching.
Uh-huh.
But I can tell from afar if somebody is gonna be late, if somebody shows up. If somebody shows up late, it's just a deal sealer for me.
They're done. Move on to the next one.
Deal sealer. Because they don't respect their time, your time, or the customer's time.
Exactly.
And I'm not telling you late to the second house. I'm telling you to the first house, because that's gonna fuck up all the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
If they took longer in one house and they're traveling to the other one and they're struggling to get there, there's traffic, that's okay. But if you start the day late, you cannot work for me or yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta work on yourself before
Yeah.
you know.
And he literally shows up about 10 minutes before I ask him to.
There you
So
go. The best guys that you have had always get there early. Start early.
and he always texts me when he's on his way too. So
There you
I
go.
think he's, yeah. But if he calls out last minute, he's done.
No, done.
That fucked me over on Friday
He's
badly.
gonna do it again, and he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it when I'm traveling, and I cannot do shit about it.
Yeah.
So you gotta become really big to the point that you got people wanting to work for you. I got 10 people in my context that the moment that there's a vacancy or whatever open, they're ready to start tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
If I fired half of my team right now, 15 people, I can have 10 start tomorrow.
Wow.
Maybe seven, maybe seven.
Yeah.
Then the other three are gonna be like, oh, I had plans for Memorial, I'm out of town, whatever. But I'll at least have 5.
Yeah.
And I will go back to cleaning. I don't give a shit. You know, this week that Andres has been here, bro, I've been doing house washing, window cleaning. I don't give a shit. I'm a savage. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll do the dirty work. I don't care. If you're not willing to do the dirty work in your business, you're just hiring slaves.
Mm-hmm.
You're not hiring workers.
And most companies are like that. They don't want to get their hands dirty.
Yeah, that's why they fail. If I go down to 0 customers tomorrow and 0 employees, I'll be winning in a week for sure. Because I'll go back, clean the houses myself, and do everything like I did it before.
Mm-hmm.
What's in between your ears? This is the most profitable real estate you will ever have. What's in between your ears?
Mm-hmm.
You can lose it all again, including you, because you've worked enough in yourself and in the business to know it.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it can get really good. You know that it can get really bad. And what connects you from here to here is your student mentality and your ability to apply things as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I had an idea today, which is developing our own brand of soaps and everything.
Oh wow.
I already signed up for a conference today.
Wow.
Going in 4 weeks. Next month, I'll be in Chicago. So see, I don't have ideas and then, oh yeah, good idea. Think about it. No, fuck that. What step can I take today? 'Cause
Thanks.
I learned,
Yeah, clean products. Wow.
yeah, and you put your stamp on it, and then you sell an experience. Like you're not selling a service. Like people are gonna walk into the houses and feel like DF Cleaning has been here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's an experience rather than, oh yeah, we had a cleaning service, come here.
Yeah.
And then you become a retail store too. You sell the products online. That's another business on top of it.
Yeah. Scrub daddy.
And then your cost of equipment goes down by 40% at least.
Yeah, they see DF clean product. They want to buy it themselves for their own use.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
I'll put the cleaners to combine all the chemicals and do it themselves. That's more hours for them.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost me less.
Uh-huh.
Develop a real brand. That's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Look
idea, action next week. What am I gonna do about it today?
Yeah.
I
Look
get, I've been bombarded with calls. I've had 5 first calls this week, and they all tell me, Darwin, I want to be successful. Like I want to be. I'm like, okay, cool. What do you do about it today?
And most people don't even start, huh?
What did you do about it today?
Yeah.
That's the question. They're like, oh yeah, I'm still planning. Planning what? You had the fucking idea. Like,
Just
what,
go Home Depot and buy the
some
stuff.
people think for 10 years. I've been on calls with people. Oh yeah, I've wanted to open up a clean company for the past 6 years. What are you fucking waiting for?
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah. I've always had this idea. It's always been in my mind. Oh, cool. Really? I prefer to not even have I prefer to be dumb, honestly, and not have any ideas, than have the idea and not do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
You
and,
should
mhm.
you should look up a YouTube channel called Upflip that interview people who have started companies, like younger people have started their own companies and scaled them, big in a certain amount of time. Upflip on YouTube. You could probably be on there. You like look at it. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Upflip on
I'll
YouTube.
look it up. Look, I will so look it up that I'm gonna write it on my notes. And right when we hang up this call, I gotta look it up because I don't wait for shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely qualify to be on this channel. It's super cool.
Oh, yeah, bro. That's it. Employees are pretty much a reflection of your standards and your expectations. And
Mhm.
every single employee that's been a fuck up and has fucked me over, it's been my problem. Ever since the beginning. I could see through how I fucked it up every single time with them. I didn't communicate with them. I thought they were gonna do what I thought they were gonna do, like lack of expectations. That's why I have that parked car there, honestly.
Mhm.
So, in terms of you getting back to the field, I don't know what you're waiting for to recruit more people out of the people that you already have.
Mhm.
You gotta ask this guy, hey, who do you know that works best with you? Who do
Mm-hmm.
you know that you have been working with in the past that you think has good capabilities and can work with you?
Yeah.
I prefer somebody that can work with that person better than two good players working in the same job.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are two leaders, two different, you can build two teams off of that one. So get somebody they're familiar to. It's easier to work.
Yeah.
A family member, it's more fun.
Yeah. I just sent him that just now.
Yeah. Recruit.
Yeah.
Look, I'm recruiting, I'm selling, I'm recruiting, selling, recruiting, selling. That's all I do. Recruiting and selling, recruiting and selling, recruiting and selling. If you cannot be a customer, you can work for me.
Yeah.
I tell Andres, I'm like, we're going to Nashville and we're gonna either recruit all your friends or they're gonna work for us. Or they're gonna be clients. One of the
Mhm.
recruit for sales, work for cleaning, or they're clients. If
Yeah.
not, I don't need them. Bye.
Yeah.
Everything. Look, contacts are contracts, but you gotta you gotta manage to get the R right in the middle of that word. And that R stands for relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Can you switch your, can you manage to get relationships in the middle of contacts? And that's when you close. Like if you're my friend and I own the best fucking service in the world, you gotta use me. There's no reason why you shouldn't use my services.
Yeah.
Friends who I like Shaheen does my cart processing. He's the best at what he does. Why would I do business with somebody else?
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you have a bunch of broke friends you shouldn't be even hanging out with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my guy from Honduras, I still keep him because he's managed to keep the relationship with me.
Oh wow.
We're paying him, I think, in 2 days. At the end of the month, that's when we do our billing cycle. He's managed to manage the relationship, and I appreciate that. I know I can get a website done. Somebody has hit me up, like I'll get it done for $1,000 and that's it. And you do a retainer of $20 a month paying to Wix. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to damage the relationship that I have with that person. Now I'm thinking like how many customers are like that with me too?
Mm-hmm.
But they wouldn't switch. There's so many cleaning companies here. It's crazy. There's probably 100.
Are they as big as you?
No, but there's probably 100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So 100 companies can still be making 20 million in revenue a year here in Austin.
Wow.
100 companies. Like if you were to include all houses, not even commercial. So when people talk about, oh, but the competition is going to do that, I don't give a fuck about competition because there's enough for everybody to eat and everyone else is copying us. That's
Yeah.
how that's how I see it. And if they're not copying us, we're just not big enough to get there. And we just keep getting better. Every week, every month, we keep getting better. It's
Yeah.
not about being better than anybody else. It's about being better than what you were a day before, a week
1%. Yeah.
before. If you're not getting 1% better, you're regressing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the human mind tends to destroy itself if it's just like a book in a shelf. It collects dust. If I don't stimulate my mind on a daily basis, I start thinking shit. Like Andres being here actually gave me a reboost of like everything. I'm relearning everything again. Because I'm being challenged. I'm like, okay, wait. How was that? How do we build from zero? Makes me rethink. It's good for me too. You see, hiring the right people is good for you too.
Yeah.
Not just for your profits, but also for it makes you like sharper in the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every time I've been like thinking about, oh, how am I doing? Oh, or negative, I look at the last 2 weeks who I've hang out with, and they haven't been the best people.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how sometimes you can go to the same bar, have the same drinks, but sometimes you wake up with a bigger hangover than the next time, than last time.
Yeah.
You know why? Because of the conversation at the table.
I don't even drink anymore, and I'm starting to realize that. I don't even really go out much anymore, maybe once or twice a month. But when I go out,
I haven't been out for 5 months. This
yeah,
has pushed me a little bit to go out because it was his birthday. And we're opening up in Nashville. But I'm just telling you, like, I'm not telling you it's good. We've gone to the gym. I'm back in the fucking gym. I was not in the gym for like 2 months.
I'm slowly getting back to. I wasn't in for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
Going through up and down.
it's gonna happen. All you got to keep is your action. That
Yeah.
I mean, I can go have a drink, but then tomorrow I'll be working.
Hmm.
The thing is abusing out of it. Like, like why? 10 drinks, 15 drinks for what? Bank account's drained. If you're the one taking care of everybody, $2,000 in a night, like, I don't want to do that
I
shit.
don't drink no
Like,
more.
why? Like, why? Right?
You get nothing out of it. Nothing. You think about it.
There's nothing fun. There's nothing cool about being at the club. Especially right now, I'm 27 years old. I'm almost 30. I don't want to be the 30-year-old at the club. You know what I mean? That's the weirdest shit ever.
It's like
And
21 to
Andres doesn't understand this because he's in his almost 20s now. He doesn't get it yet, but it gets. We went out. We went out to this spot that I used to go all the time. I found like 9 people that I used to hang out with when I was still messing around. And you know what? Those 9 people, their lives are still the same. Same fucking same shit. They drive the same car. They smoke the same cigar. They got the same drink in their hand. Nothing has changed. And every time they see me, they're like, "What's up, bro? I love what you're doing." Da, 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 da. We never talk about them because what the fuck they're doing? Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging, by the way, but there's nothing to talk about them.
Yeah. They're making their 40 grand a year and
I don't even know how much they make.
living life.
I don't want to put them on blast. That's a
Yeah.
wrap. I don't ask. I don't want to put them on blast. But look, this is not a bragging scenario. This is a real deal. Like,
Yeah.
how do you show up to your family meetings? Let's put it like that. Like on Thanksgiving, are you better on New Year's than what you were in Thanksgiving? Like, are people like, hey, I actually, you speak differently. Your presence is different than what it was a year ago. Like,
Almost
what are you
almost
doing?
all my family says that I'm easier to have a conversational with. I'm
Yeah,
using bigger words. Everyone says when I talk to them or I talk in a group setting, I ease everyone down.
there you go.
I'm
There you go.
comfortable.
Because you control the room. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all about personal development. I mean, your net worth will never surpass your self worth.
Uh-huh.
But if you don't believe you can be doing better, if you don't believe you can be landing the big client, if you don't believe you can be making a certain amount of money, if you don't believe you deserve the life you say you want,
Yeah.
then you're never gonna fucking get it. I've been
Yeah.
looking at posts. We were talking today, and I was looking at a post at 2014 that I'm posting about being successful.
Oh
That's 10
wow.
years ago. That's 10 years ago. I'm 27. I was 17 years old.
I didn't get social media till 2018. Damn.
I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. I wanted to be a mechanical petroleum engineer back then, but I just knew that I just wanted to be great. I had something to prove to my parents. My parents put me in a position to win. I had to win for them back.
Yeah.
So that is what keeps me the fuck going every single day. I remember my parents. I remember, fuck, getting me out of Honduras was a fucking task. We went out for a loan to get me out.
Oh
My
wow.
parents asked for a loan to get me out, and now we're building a fucking house for them. So that is my thought process. Is like, how can I give back?
Mm-hmm.
And how can I give up so abundantly that the sacrifice will seem like worth it?
Mm-hmm.
So do your best, brother. Get better every day. And then, but remember, you will only get as good as you're good with people.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 minute left. 3 things: expectations, your standards, and then having the hard conversations before they do something new. Those are the three takeaways about this call. Habits,